Good morning, friends. Another day of trial. Today is Wednesday, February the 16th, 2023. I've decided to just do the date because when I was doing the day of the trial, I kept losing track and my count was off from other people's, whatever. Anyway, welcome to Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. If you're new here, I noticed that we have some new subscribers. Hey, y'all, hi. Welcome to the party. Listen, every morning we gather here and we talk about what we think is going to happen in the day. And in the evening, we get back together right here at this spot and we break down all the gossip and all the scandal and the what of what happened in the day's court proceedings. So subscribe so you can see more of this madness. Also, I like to cook and sometimes I throw in a recipe. All right, so listen, the prosecution is about to wrap up. I think, fingers crossed, we've been watching this trial forever. I believe it's technically day 17 of trial. This trial was only supposed to take 3 weeks. It has taken way more than 3 weeks. So prosecution promised that they were going to wrap up, I think yesterday or today. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. I have coffee. I am ready for whatever they bring. The big question yesterday was, will Cousin Eddie testify? Well, in the morning, the judge said no. And then in the afternoon, he said yes. And so now we wait. I'm just dying to hear, like Price is Right style, Cousin Eddie, come on down, because I need to hear what Cousin Eddie has to say. Now, here's the thing. I don't know that Cousin Eddie's presence helps the prosecution. I also don't know that it helps the defense. I know what the defense is going to say is like, oh no, don't look at our murdering client, Alec Murdaugh. Look at narcotics enthusiast, Cousin Eddie. Because Cousin Eddie, listen, please, Black Jesus, I hope they cleaned him up from his mugshot because he was looking a mess. Had the summer teeth working, summer there, summer not. Hair was askew. Eyes was looking all like crazy and whatever. And I'm not talking about like he was just conventionally unattractive. I'm telling you, Cousin Eddie looked messed up. Messed up on drugs, messed up in life, messed up in general. Just messed up. Hopefully, Cousin Eddie has gotten snatched while he was in prison. That is not that common an occurrence, but you never know. Also, he has an attorney, and maybe his attorney is helping pull him together. The problem with Cousin Eddie is that the boy lies every time he opens his mouth. I think so far he's told 4 or 5 stories about what happened on the day of the roadside shooting. If you're new here, Cousin Eddie was Alec Murdaugh's drug dealer, according to Alec Murdaugh, another known liar. Also, he's the dude who was involved with the roadside shooting with Alec. Now, the story Alec told was, first his story was, oh, I got a flat tire in my car. His car has run flats. So even if he had a flat tire, the car could have made it all the way home. But whatever. As an aside, my son has run flat tires on his car. I had no idea because he bought the car himself. So he said to me, if you got a flat tire, why wouldn't you just drive home? And I was like, because that's not a thing. Like when you get a flat tire, you need to change it. He was like, no, when you get a hole in the tire, it still lets you drive home. I was like, oh, you fancy. The Corolla does not have run flats. He's like, wait, run flats are a special thing? He had no idea. My child is apparently quite bougie. I knew that he liked nice things. Now, keep in mind, he refuses to get a haircut and he wears shorts all year long. So he's not that fancy. It could be 3 feet of snow on the ground and here he come in a pair of shorts. This is one of my adult kids. I have a lot of kids. I have 4 sons. Most of them are grown. One still lives at home. But one of the fancy ones was just like, yeah, I thought if you got a flat tire, you just drove to a gas station. I never understood why people pulled over. Okay, fancy. On the Corolla, we don't got that. We don't got that. If I get a flat tire, I got a flat tire. I'm just stuck there. So Alex said he got a flat tire. He went to change it. Like his fancy behind was changing a tire. And somebody came along and shot him. That's what he told 911. Then later, he confessed that, I hired somebody to shoot me in the head in a suicide for hire plot, hoping that I would die and my remaining child, Buster, would get $10 million in life insurance. Then we found out there is no life insurance on this man, none that we've been able to find. Okay, Alec, what is your next lie? Then Cousin Eddie showed up and Cousin Eddie was like, nah. Actually, that's not what I said. Cause you know, his teeth situation. Cousin Eddie said that he was hired to shoot. No, Alec told him, hey, meet me on the side of the road. He met Alec on the side of the road, and Alec was like, Bo, could you shoot me in the head, please? And Cousin Eddie was like, no, I won't shoot you in the head. And so they fought over the gun. Cousin Eddie says he peeled away, and Alec was standing there fine, and Alec shot himself in the head. Listen, who knows what happens? P.S. This is South Carolina, gun country. How you miss somebody from up close? When they shoot folks, they do not miss. They shoot all them hogs and turkeys and ducks and whoever knows what else. Humans. So something about this story is shady boots. Now, what is shady boots about the story? We do not know yet. Might Cousin Eddie get on the stand and lie? Oh, yes, that is a 100% guarantee. This is the thing that I'm thinking, though. So last night, I did a thing. My head was exploding from all the trial coverage, and I was like, I need a palate cleanser. So to cleanse my palate, I went back to the Murdaugh Murders podcast and listened to episode 1. You should try it. It is a fascinating experience. There's all these things about this case that I had forgotten. The chief of which being that, yeah, I knew the Murdaughs were the law and blah, blah, blah. There was terror around the name Murdaugh in that county. You do not cross a Murdaugh. You do not deal with a Murdaugh. You stay as far away from possible as Murdaughs. You stay as far away as possible from Murdaughs. Mandy Matney was investigating the boat case, and she was trying to interview people about Paul Murdaugh, and nobody would speak to her on the record. They were like, yeah, we will only talk to you in person and in hushed tones. Stop it, girls. I imagine in the back of a Denny's. Do they have Denny's in South Carolina? A Waffle House. In the back of a Waffle House. Something like that. People were terrified of the Murdaughs. Now, the House of Murdaugh has fallen. The Murdaugh name does not have, it might still have the same cachet. It certainly does not have the same power that it used to have. So while I'm sitting here as, you know, a disrespectful Yankee, I have never encountered a Murdaugh in my life, but the people down there have lived in that community and will continue to live in that community. And when you think about this case from the perspective of everybody was afraid of the Murdaughs. The Murdaughs were the law. The best job that you can get in Hampton County was at the firm, the Murdaugh firm. Like, this was a name with power. So it makes sense that Miss Shelley was so nervous to get up on the stand and say something against Alec Murdaugh. It also makes Miss Jeannie Seckinger's bravery all that much more brave. Jeannie Seckinger got on the stand and she was like, yes, I confronted him. Yes, I found out he was stealing money from the law firm. Miss Jeannie had no time for his mess, and she was not afraid to tell that before God and all the world. These women who are leading the way on this trial, I think that they may indeed be leading the way forward for Hampton County. So this is what I suspect. Despite the fact that the prosecution's case has been a mess, maybe the people of Hampton County are just tired. Maybe they're just not tired of this case. Maybe they're tired of Murdaughs. Maybe they're tired of the old boy network. Maybe they're tired of that type of power where everybody has to cringe and cower and be afraid. Now, there will always be Murdaugh apologists because that's just the way the world works. There might be somebody on the jury who's just like, I don't think he did it because he got my daddy and them some money that one time, or he helped us out, or Miss Maggie deigned to speak to us one day. I don't know. But Maggie was shunned after the boat case. That tells me the tide is turning. Nathan Tootin was saying one of his brothers was told, you could either be friends with the Murdaughs or you could be friends with us, but not both. The tide is turning, or maybe the tide has turned. Maybe it doesn't matter what the prosecution says or does or how messy this case is. Maybe the people of Hampton County just need a little something to hang their hat on. Well, the prosecution has given them a lot to hang their hat on. And you can chuckle in court and think that old Poot Poot is hilarious and ha ha, he he, whatever. But in the privacy of the jury room, honey, justice is about to be served. I sincerely hope that this man gets convicted because I believe from the bottom of my heart that he did it. If it turns out that he didn't do it, well, then I hope he goes free. But he's going to go down on the financial crimes. So I'm not worried about him in a striped jumpsuit. The only question is he going to be in state prison or is he going to be in federal prison? I've seen Orange is the New Black. I think he wants to go to federal prison. You know where they could do yoga classes and he could run some sort of ho-ho ring or something like that. Because you know he's going to be all about them soup packs and everything chips and ding-dongs, whatever. I don't know what they have in prison. And frankly, don't want to find out. Don't want to go. Don't want to visit. I told my kids, when y'all go to prison, I'm going to send you a nice letter with some flowers on it or something. I don't do it. You got to buy me dinner for you can do a full cavity search of me. No, thank you. No. And if you're a stranger, your hands don't look clean. I don't know you. Oh, no. Nope. That's never happened. I'm a delicate flower. I don't know if you knew that. I am a delicate flower, and I do not submit to full cavity body searches or even pat downs unless you buy me dinner first. And it better be a good dinner like steak and possibly a Broadway play. Okay. I need to go buy some groceries this morning. I need to get my workout going. These dogs are barking like maniacs. You know how they do. But listen, if you like my ridiculous channel, please subscribe. If not, thanks for visiting anyway. And I hope you enjoyed this video. All right, gossip, rumor, and innuendo fans, I will see you today after court. Bye.